Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to paint blue hydrangeas in a glass vase. If you enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And thanks for watching. Here's my palette for today: water mixable oils, titanium white, cad yellow light, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, sap green, French ultramarine blue, and I've put some cobalt blue on there today because I'm going to do blue hydrangeas. I'm just going to use some raw sienna and I'm going to close the door. Someone's cutting trees or something out there, so I'm using raw sienna and I'm going to put a rough sketch in of my hydrangeas. I'm going to do there. Now I know roughly where everything is going to be. I'm going to put in a tabletop. Is that straight? I'm going to use some sap green and I'm going to mix in some cad yellow, and I'm just going to paint in a background. Maybe I'll add a little French ultramarine in there as well. I'm going to do blue hydrangeas. Not trying to do petals at the moment, just roughly putting in my flower shapes. And I'm going to put in some petals. Leaves. I'm going to take my kabuki brush that I got from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to blend that all in a little bit. I'm going to mix some titanium white with some cobalt, I think it is, or it might be the French ultramarine. They've all run into each other now. And just put in some fast petals. I'm using a large round for this. I quite often use a filbert brush, but I picked up a round this time. It doesn't really matter at this stage. Reinforced my vase. My dog is lying on the sofa, snoring his head off. Tommy. Okay. Going to put my stems in. I think I need some raw umber on my palette. I'm going to put in a little of the raw umber just to give a little depth to my wooden table. These are what I think of as lace cap. I'm hoping they resemble lace cap hydrangeas. I found my filbert and I'm going to do some bigger petals. These are little florets and they're 4 petals. You don't have to make every single one 4 petals. You just sort of put petals in and hope they'll sort themselves out. I'm going to reinforce the centers a little more. I'm almost out of titanium white, so I have to get some more of that. So I hope I have enough to finish this painting. I'm going to put some lighter petals where I'm assuming the light's coming from this direction, and I'm putting all my lightest petals on this side. Put some darker ones around this side. I start my blossom very roughly, and then as I progress through it, I try to make my petals more and more refined until in the end I'm quite careful when I'm putting in my lightest lights. I'm using a Q-tip and I'm going to dot in some of the centers. You don't have to put them all in, just here and there to give the impression. Painting glass is not that difficult really. Whatever you have in a glass vase is going to be reflected in the glass. So I always try and get the colour of whatever flower in the glass. And you see through the glass, so you always have your background in there. And you get light reflecting in the glass, so you need to put a few of those reflections in. I think that looks better. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more to the leaves. I've added cad yellow, sap green, and a little alizarin and a tiny amount of titanium white, just to give me a nice soft green. Maybe a little too soft. Gonna make this one a little darker on this side. For my greens for foliage, I use sap green and I mix it with ultramarine, French ultramarine blue or raw umber to give me the darks that I need, depending whether I want a bluish dark or a brown. You need to see things through the glass, so you need to make sure that your foliage shows through the glass. Going to put a bit more light on these leaves. For lighter greens, I mix cad yellow light in with my sap green and also titanium white, depending on how light I want it. And I will add a touch of alizarin crimson to bring the colour down a little bit. Going to reinforce these stems. Just enough. I'm doing the veins on the leaves, and I usually sort of do a pale yellowish green to do that, depending on the particular type of leaf. And I think I could get more light on the hydrangea itself. I'm going to use straight titanium white and put in some more petals. I'm adding the brighter petals where the light would catch it only, not anywhere else. Don't know if you can hear my dog snoring, or still snoring. think that looks better. I'm adding more light to the vase. The white tends to dry out a little as it and dims as it does so, and so I'm always reinforcing it. I heard that you can add regular oil to it, but I'm not sure about drying time. I have to experiment with that, and maybe I'll do a video on that at some point. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and let YouTube know that you enjoyed the video. It helps me a lot if you do that. And I'll see you next time.